Hello people, welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, and SPFL Premiership is back. It is back after the winter break that was obviously brought in very early on, obviously due to the number of rising cases for demonetised virus, of course. So we start off with the game on Monday between Celtic and Hibernian, and it is 2 wins to Celtic and 3 draws. Look, let's be honest, like Celtic have had a good run. They've had a very, very good run recently. To cut a long story short, they've had 5 wins out of their last 6, which is very, very good. And they are sitting 6 points behind Rangers, so they've managed to keep themselves in the title race, which is a very, very good thing. So looking at this game, I mean, obviously Celtic back in front of their home fans, and you know what, crowds will be invited back in, so full crowds again. Celtic should be very, very confident as well. But the man going back to Celtic Park is Sean Maloney, of course, with Hibernian. And, Hibs have kind of had a good wee run under Maloney. It's 3 straight wins. They'll be boasted by the signing of Harry Clark. Unfortunately, though, Harry Clark is actually injured for the next, I think, 8 weeks. So that's a big, big blow for Hibernian. However, with having said that, big news for Celtic fans is that Lee Griffiths has been released from his contract. He will stay at Dundee for the remainder of the season, but after that, he will have been released by Celtic. Now, I think it's been coming, to be honest. I don't think Lee Griffiths has been the same player. Not the same player recently. So, how do you see this one going? I think Celtic will win. I think Celtic are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Celtic. I think it'll be a very, very close game, but I am going to go for a 2-1 victory to Celtic. And now we have Aberdeen against Rangers. 4 wins to Rangers, 1 draw in the last 5 meetings. Aberdeen, they've had 4 wins and 2 defeats in their last 6 matches. You know what? To be sitting 6th at this moment in time, they'll be very, very disappointed. They will be very, very disappointed. So the break will hopefully have helped them. They are linked with Zander Clark potentially coming into Aberdeen. There's been big, big rumours about the St Johnstone goalkeeper leaving Perth to go up to Aberdeen. And to be fair, I think that'd be a very, very good move. I think Joe Lewis is getting on a little bit. So I think to get a goalkeeper of that quality to replace him, I think would be very, very good. I think Zander Clark's a great goalkeeper. And actually, I do think that if Zander Clark does go to Aberdeen, I think it's a very, very good move. And I think it gets his Scotland chances with better for sure. Rangers, well, they are on a very good run, aren't they? 6 straight wins. Good since Giovanni Van Bronckhorst came in, hasn't it? It's been very, very good for Rangers. Obviously, there'll be no Joe Aribo for this game because he is at the African Cup of Nations, playing very, very well and very, very impressively for Nigeria in the last 2 games as well. So that'll be very, very good for him. Only thing I can say about Rangers, though, is that there is a lot of rumours potentially Southampton being linked with Joe Aribo. But this is the thing. Jermaine Defoe has now been released as well. So it remains to be seen if he goes to a new club. That is to be seen as well. But Rangers are flying. Maybe the break's come at the wrong time for them. Maybe it has. Maybe it's come at the right time for Aberdeen. But having said that, I think Rangers will be too strong for Aberdeen. I am going to go for a 2-0 victory to Rangers in this one. And now we have Dundee United against St Mirren. 1 win apiece and 3 draws. And the last meeting actually was a 5-1 win to St Mirren. You have to say both sides have been on the back of really, really... This is a tricky one to call. This is a very, very tricky one to call, because if I look at the 2 forms, Dundee United have 1 draw and 5 defeats in their last 6. St Mirren have 3 defeats and 3 draws in their last 6. So, it's not been very, very good form anyway. But Mark Reynolds has left Dundee United. So that's a bit of a blow for Dundee United, you'd have to say. But, to be sitting 7th at the moment is excellent. 2 points under Aberdeen as well. And you know what? We are at the as we said, we are at the halfway stage of the season. And I think many people would have probably predicted, Dundee United to be where they are, I think, is another matter. I think maybe top 6 was maybe their target, but you know what? It has been a very good season so far for Tam Kurtz and Dundee United. Same could be said for St Mirren as well. They're sitting 9th at this moment in time, but the disappointing thing about St Mirren is I think they would have probably wanted to kick on after last season, narrowly escaping relegation, and it looks like they could be doing the same again. But both sides are not in great form. Both sides will be wanting a win. But I can see this ending in a draw. I think this will be a very, very good game for both sides. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Dundee United and St Mirren. And now we have Hearts against St Johnstone. 2 wins to St Johnstone, 2 draws, and 1 win to Hearts. Hearts have had a good season. Very, very good season so far. Sitting 3rd, 9 points behind Celtic, 5 points above Motherwell as well. So it's very, very good to see, isn't it? Hearts will be rocked by the news that John Souttar has signed a pre-contract with Rangers. So he is now no longer going to be playing for Hearts after this season. But I say this theoretically, could Rangers go for John Souttar in this window? Could they potentially get a fee for him? I could possibly see it. And the reason I say that is I don't want, obviously, Hearts fans to be very, very upset. Look, John Souttar has been a very good signing for Hearts. He really, really has. But there was a time that we thought he was going to move on. There was loads of rumours about Blackburn potentially wanting him, but that hasn't materialised, has it? So I think it's a very good move for John Souttar, and I do think he'll get a good move. He'll get a good move for Rangers, and I think that is a good move for him. But obviously, it's another player that Hearts have lost out to, Rangers. So they'll be very disappointed at that. But key players signing new contracts. Craig Halkett signed a new contract. Craig Gordon has signed a new contract. Michael Smith has signed a new contract. So Hearts are tying their very, very key players down to new contracts, and that is excellent news. St Johnstone, it has been a very poor season for St Johnstone fans. 6 defeats in a row. It's not looking good for them at all. But they are only 2 points above, 2 points adrift of Dundee, and they're only 4 points adrift of Ross County, who again haven't had a good season either. But the thing is that, so if St Johnstone can get a couple of wins, then they will get themselves away from that relegation zone. They have been very, very disappointing recently. Won't help with the news that Xander Clark continues to be linked with Aberdeen. I think that's been publicised very, very much as well. So going to Tynecastle, I think Hearts will win. I think Hearts will kick off 2022 with a victory. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Jam Tarts in this one. And now we have my boys Livingston against Dundee. 2 wins to Dundee, 2 draws, 1 win to Livy. Livingston, to be fair, I predicted them to be 8th this season, and at the halfway stage they are 8th. So I'm very, very happy with that. Look, it hasn't been as good a season as last season, but to only be 7 points off the top 6 at this stage in the season is excellent. It really, really is. It is going to be tricky to get into that top 6 because there are some very, very good teams. Motherwell have improved. Aberdeen, Dundee United, Hearts. It's a very, very tricky period for Livingston. But the one thing that really disappoints me this season, the home form has not been good. We seem to be getting more results away from home than we are getting at home. So Livingston need to improve their home form. They definitely do need to improve their home form. But with signings like Caleb Chukwu Mika, who is signed from Aston Villa on a season on loan until the end of the season, and they have also signed Morgan Boys from Liverpool. So obviously, Adam Lewis has had a wee good talk about Morgan Boys to Livingston. So that's very, very good signing for Livingston. It bolsters the centre back options. It really, really does. Dundee have not had a good season. One win out of their last 6. They're on a run of 5 straight defeats in a row. It's not been a good season for them, has it? It's not been a good season at all. But you know what, Dundee, they were trying to get Sam Cosgrove on loan, but that doesn't seem to be happening now. Apparently, he wants to stay and fight for his place at Birmingham. So that might be something. That might be something to maybe look into in the summer if things don't go right. But even then, I think Dundee just need to start getting points. They need to start getting points because, with 8 games to go, with 13 games to go until the split, it's going to be an interesting season because Lee Griffiths is staying on with Dundee until the end of the season, and then after that, who knows what happens. But James McPake returning to Livingston, where he had a very, very good career as a player. Obviously used to be a centre forward and then moved to be a centre back. So I expect McPake to get a good reception from the Livingston supporters, but I think that's all he is going to get. I think Livingston are going to get a win to kickstart their season, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Livingston in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to the Livy Lions. And the last game to preview and predict is Ross County against Motherwell. 2 wins to County and 3 wins to Motherwell. Again, Ross County, interesting form, it has to be said. 2 draws, 2 defeats, and 2 wins. So that's not too bad for Malky Mackay. Look, Ross County were expected to be the basement team coming into this season. They've actually done pretty well. They've managed to get wins where you wouldn't expect them to get wins as well. But I look at this Ross County side, and I still think they're going to get dragged in there somehow. I just do. I don't know what it is with Ross County, but I do think that they are doing well. They are doing well at this moment in time, but maybe the break has come at the right time for them. They have lost Harry Clark, of course. Harry Clark has gone to Hibs from Arsenal on loan. So I look at this game, and this is a good game because Motherwell are sitting 4th at the moment, 5 points behind Hearts, which is always a good thing if you're a Motherwell fan as well. And I do think Graham Alexander signed a new contract as well, so you obviously see what he's brought to Motherwell. He's done very, very well, hasn't he? So this is a tricky one to call, but Motherwell and Ross County seem to be sharing the wins recently as well. There's been 2 wins to Ross County and 3 wins to Motherwell. I think Motherwell are going to win this one, and I do think they're going to get a 2-1 win over Ross County. So that is it. That is Matchweek 21 done and dusted. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. The highest scorer, of course, will get a shout out in the next video. So I'm going to go through my predictions very, very quickly. Celtic 2, Hibs 1. Aberdeen 0, Rangers 2. Dundee United 1, St Mirren 1. Hearts 2, St Johnstone 0. Livingston 2, Dundee 1. And Ross County 1, Motherwell 2. So that's it. That is Matchweek 21 done and dusted. Now, I just want to say I apologise profoundly. I just haven't had the time to get these SPFL predictions out. So most of these have been on the community tab, so obviously I do apologise profoundly for that. I have been a lot busy, but I am going to try, and what to do is I'm going to try and just find a time to basically get to record these. And obviously, I'll try and get these fixtures out before the first game, obviously on Monday, which is obviously Celtic against Hibs. So this will be out later on today. I'm not sure what time. Gonna probably say maybe 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna say 2 o'clock as well, just before obviously the African Combinations games come on later on today. But thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. channel. And yeah, some good games ahead. Celtic Hibs, Aberdeen Rangers. The SPFL is back, and back with fans. Excellent to see. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.